Greetings, Uncle Travelling Matt here, reporting on my 6th day of the Italy trip, except that we're not in Italy now, but in France. And because I'm staying at the house of a friend of mine, Pierre, who I met several years ago in the same country as that poster, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, or North Korea as most people know it. Anyway, what have we done today? Well, got up not quite as early as we intended, and went on the old scooters again that we worked out so stressfully yesterday, and then whizzed through the streets of Turin to the car rental place, got our car, which was a bit bigger than thought, so it's quite a nice little motor we got there, and then we have driven out of Italy and into France. Is the basics, but a lot more than that. So we took it was quite slow getting out of the city, a lot of red lights, then onto the motorway, and Thomas fell asleep, and I saw a sign for an abbey that was on the old Via Francigena, which is the pilgrimage route from Canterbury to Rome. So I thought, that might be quite interesting to pop into. So I took a little, about 6-kilometre detour there to this nice little abbey. I think it was founded in around the 8th century or something by a saint who... his relics are still there, and I paid respect to them. And it had a nice little museum next to it, but it was all in Italian, so I didn't understand that much. But it was a pleasant spot to stop at, and we had a drink at a very beautiful little cafe next to it. Then it was up, and it was basically one of the most spectacular drives of my life. Over into France. I'm just trying to think what the name of the place is. Wait a sec. Right, I've done now what I should have done before, my homework. So the abbey was called Abbazia Benedettina della Novalesa, the Novalesa Abbey, basically, on the old Via Francigena. And then we went over into France, and a place was Lac de Mont Cenis, I don't know how it's pronounced. So it's not a lake, it's a reservoir with a dam, but the bluest lake I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why it is so blue. Maybe the sky, maybe there's something in the rocks that makes the water so ridiculously blue. It's looked like one of those 1960s picture postcards. But it was an interesting place. Mont Cenis. There was a pyramid church, a concrete pyramid church there that Thomas didn't like, but I did. I thought it was quite nice. It was and with quite a moving statue of Our Lady in there. I don't normally like modern churches, but that one I really liked, and an alpine garden. There was a lot of people chilling out, and then we had a meal, and the meal was excellent. Thomas had beef bourguignon, and I had the burger of the day, and really good food. So yeah, that was that. But the whole drive up was spectacular, absolutely unbelievable, really, really spectacular drive. But then we continued through, and we went over the pass and then down, but then turned off the main road. So the main road, we turned off that onto another road, a place called Thence, and then up another pass, and then over this other pass to Val-d'Isère. Isère? I don't know, I don't speak French. This pass, though, was even better than the last. It was unbelievable. And apparently, it was a very narrow road, apparently it is the highest mountain road, or the highest mountain pass in Europe. And at the top, it was 2,500 meters almost. And so we went up there, and unbelievable. Picked up a hitchhiker on the way. The French, wherever we go through France, we always seem to pick up a hitchhiker. She didn't speak English, but she basically parked high up and then walked down, and we gave her a lift back up. So stopped at the top of this pass. There was another church there, a stone one, that was locked, and some kind of, where the people pile stones on top of each other to make weird sculptures. There was that, and just incredible views. And then we drove down into Val-d'Isère, which was a ski resort, and then past another lake, which was also a reservoir, and that had quite a spectacular dam, and it was called, I don't know what that dam was called, Tignes, or Tongue, I don't know how it's pronounced, but that dam. And that was a pretty amazing looking dam. And then we continued on to my friend's house, which is where we are now. And we got here and we're chilling out and we're talking. And maybe later I'll tell you more. But that's it for me. After a day of unbelievable scenery, and crossing over from one country to another. So we're now in Valezan, in France, relaxing. Uncle Travelling Matt. Keep travelling.